Hello, thank you for joining me for today's Facebook Live. My name is Tracy Held. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Melbourne in Australia, and it's Sunday morning, so it's time for us to stamp together. This is a card that I entered in a colour challenge. If you've looked on Facebook, there's a group called Colour Inspiration, and every 2 weeks they post a different colour combination that you can enter your cards and see what everybody's come up with the different colors. So this was my card for not the current challenge, the one before, and it won the challenge. Yay! The colors for this card were basic grey, smoky slate, and polished pink. And pink and grey is one of my favorite color combinations, so that was an easy one for me to think about using something. Now, this card is not actually the same card that I posted last night. I've already used that card, so this one is one that's slightly different. The sentiment is different, but otherwise it's pretty much the same. The stamp set that I'm using here is Forever Fern, so that's one that has been around for a while, but it's a really nice stamp set. And here's a sneak peek. The sentiment is from one of the stamps that's coming in celebration. It's called Counting Sheep, and it is so cute. If you thought that the donkeys were cute at the celebration, the January celebration, wait until you see the sheep. They are adorable, and they have matching framelits. So what more could you ask for? But let's get started on this card. Oh, maybe I should show you this. The other thing that I'm using is the color and contour dies. So we're using the big one for that background one. I'm going to use this third one from whichever side you're counting to cut out the middle bit, and the small one for the sentiment. So color and contour, great stamp set, but these dies are really good as well. You're going to get lots of use out of those if you've got them. Now we can start stamping. So I've cut out my piece for the die, starting with the polished pink. I'm taking this sort of, I don't know what it is, whether it was a leaf, but I think of it as looking a bit like berries. And we're going to stamp the pink first. That just gives me an idea of where I'm stamping my other colors. So I'm doing 3 stamps in the one corner, and I'm going to do 3 along the other corner. Now I've got the basic grey as my base, so I'm only using the smoky slate to stamp it. Just while I'm stamping with the pink, I'm quickly going to stamp a bit for my inside as well, because hey, we've got to have the inside of the card matching. So we'll just stamp one of those in the corner for the inside. Changing with my smoky slate. I'll come back to you. I'm using that bigger leaf and just stamping it in between. Now, no hard and fast rules here. You can go as you like with these stamps. And then with the smaller leaf, sorry, I was just trying to see where I put. So this stamp set actually has 2 leaves which curl in slightly different directions. It doesn't matter which one you use. I'm just going to fill in with a few more of the little leaves here. And let's put some leaves for my inside as well. little one's just poking up there. Okay. And lastly, on here, we want some splotches. Just to add some texture. And you don't have to re-ink every time. You can just stamp. Right, so that's all our stamping done. Now I'm going to do what I normally don't do. This is too big to fit onto my mini cut emboss machine, and I don't have really enough space here to get my bigger one under the camera, so I'm going to quickly run and cut that out. Okay, so you can look at that one. In the meantime, I'm going to be a few seconds. And there's our bit cut out. Okay, so basic grey card base. And I'm going to stick the outer bit of this frame flat. Dimensionals onto the inner bit. And obviously, because this is the piece that's come out of here, it's going to fit in exactly. Now, I've also cut out my label for the sentiment. See, some of the little dots haven't pushed out. Let's just we want nice dotty bits to make it look like a frilly little edge there. Okay, so stamping my sentiment. So glad it's your birthday. And by now, I'm sure you all know my favorite trick. I've cut out another piece in the basic grey of that same die. Every time I do this, I get pink all over my hands, but that's okay. I've smudged it on here, but we're not going to see that, so we won't stress about that. Cut this in half. And I'm going to glue it behind so that we just got a little bit of an edge of that color coming out. Okay, and I see that we've got some people joining us. Hello, everybody. I know Jenny's in Melbourne. How are you enjoying lockdown, Jenny? Hopefully we're out on Tuesday because it's been ridiculous again, but I suppose we don't want to get COVID, so we'll just do what we got to do and stay inside. At least it's cold. I think that it's worse when you're in lockdown, when the weather's warm and you just want to get out. When it's cold, it's not so terrible staying at home. All right, so we've got my little edging so that we've got that color around the edge. Dimensionals to pop that back on. It'd be good if I got the dimensional and not just the backing. We can glue the piece inside. There we go. And I decided that I didn't put it on this one, but we're going to now. We need a little bit of bling, so bling makes everything happier. So these are the in color jewels, and we'll just pop a couple onto that sentiment. And there are our cards. So that was my card that everybody seemed to really like. Great color combination. Now, I was going to show you the card that I've done for this week's color combination, if I can find it. So they put up a new color challenge every fortnight. So for this fortnight, the colors were crushed curry, pale papaya, soft succulent, and evening evergreen. So this is a little bit different to my normal style, but that was the one that I entered this week. And this is also a set that's coming in the new mini catalogue that's called Beauty of Tomorrow. So it's got nice words, nice foliage elements, and there is a matching dies with that as well. It's, if you can see my evening evergreen here, that's one big leaf die that's in that set, but I've just hidden it away from myself so I can't show it to you now, but I just thought I'd give you a sneak peek of that one. So my card, because I won this challenge, I'm a guest designer for them for the next challenge, so that's going up on Wednesday. So be sure to check back. I will put it onto my blog, so Trace of Creativity, or it'll be in that color inspiration group. So go and have a look at that. If you're ever looking for something to do and just you want not to think about it but have a starting point, try the color challenges. Sometimes the colors don't really work very well for you, but it's good to step out of your comfort zone and try something that you don't really do. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you're in the States, enjoy the rest of your weekend because you're only on Saturday night, and I will see you again next week. Thanks for joining me. Bye.